Welcome to the Success Sensei podcast for anyone interested in success, happiness, and balance. We'll teach you how to be a black belt at life. And now, your host, former professional fighter, multiple world champion, entrepreneur, and investor, Robert Devane.
Bowing in. This is Roundhouse Rob, the Success Sensei, helping you to win at life one kick and punch at a time. Today we're talking about should you follow your passion? And this is episode 199. Welcome to the Friday Blitz.
The Success Sensei Friday Blitz coming at ya.
Should you follow your passion? What is the thing that you love to do? Should you turn it into a career? Should you try to monetize that thing? Should you dedicate your whole life, or certainly decades, to the pursuit of your passion and to turning it into your career? All your waking moments, all your work time as well as your non-work time dedicated to your passion because you love it right now. Should you or shouldn't you? It's a tough question, and it's a tough question for a lot of people starting out. Or, you know, it doesn't just have to be people starting out. It could be people trying to pivot from what they're doing already. So let's get into it. This isn't going to be a yes or no answer. It's a yes and no answer. I don't think it's as straightforward as that. And I don't think anybody can give you that direct advice. It's really up to you to sum it up depending on what you're passionate. Hopefully you have a passion and you're passionate about something. And you're dwelling on whether turning it into a career, whether pursuing it or not. To follow your passion, I mean, it could turn you off it. That's one of the drawbacks. Also, your passion can change. Maybe whatever you're passionate about right now, whatever it is, whatever skill or whatever pastime or whatever hobby or whatever interest you have right now, you know, did you have it 5 years or 10 years ago? Will you have it in 5 years, 10 years time, 20 years time? You know, it's hard to know. Also, as soon as you mix money with your passion, it becomes less about yourself and it becomes more about other people. So, you know, something that you're passionate about it because you love it. It's something for yourself. But as soon as you enter into a business, it's not about yourself. It's about other people, and you're doing it for other people. You're not doing it for yourself. Yeah, certainly you're for yourself as a career and, you know, as a way of generating income. But the actual activity, you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for other people. You can't run your business for yourself. You have to solely focus on the service and, you know, the skill of the product for other people. And that absolutely completely changes the dynamic of the thing that you are passionate about originally. A quick and a very easy example of this is many people love working out. They love training. They love health and fitness. So therefore they automatically assume, I should become a personal trainer. I'm going to love it. I love fitness. I love health. I love everything about it. I love eating right. I love designing workouts. I would be a great personal trainer. And then so many of them, or I've certainly met a lot of people who love all of that, but they don't like training other people. It's not the same thing at all. You know, mixing the appointments and the marketing that you have to do and the type of client that you get might not be similar to you. And for many reasons, they don't like it. So that can happen to you as well with your passion. It's very, very easy to happen. Your passion, by the way, might not also be a viable career. It mightn't be something that can translate to a career or to making or generating income. Or you could choose to strive for financial freedom first, hoping that if you get there, then you can spend the excess time and hopefully the finances that you've accrued to really put into your passion and have more time and more funds to actually adequately go after your passion in a way that you couldn't if you were relying on it as a career. You could, by the way, start something, you know, start a business or start something for financial freedom that you eventually become passionate about And maybe you'll become passionate about it as soon as you see the results, or you have a little bit of success, or the money starts rolling in. Maybe that fuels your passion in a totally different way. Billionaires often cite and multi-millionaires often tell you to follow your passion. And, that's fine for them because they have gotten to the stage where the limiting resource for them isn't money. When you're a billionaire, it's not money, it's about time. Now, you could be in the completely opposite. You could have your limiting factor is money and you have all the time in the world. So, a billionaire telling you to follow your passion when they mightn't have done so in the first place is certainly, I'd just be wary of advice like that and the source of the advice. I think it's easier for a billionaire or a multi-millionaire or a high net worth individual to tell you just to go for it and follow your passion, because they mightn't have the day-to-day struggles that you or anybody else could face that's a non-billionaire. And speaking of high net worth individuals, the majority of ultra high net worth individuals, not even high net worth, ultra high net worth individuals, are currently not involved in the thing that they initially made their wealth from. So that's very important. And if you look and you study any billionaire, more than likely they're not actually even working in the same industry that made them wealthy in the first place, that made them a millionaire, be on their route to becoming a billionaire. So you've pretty much got three options. If you think you can, option number one, I should have said that, option number one, if you think you can turn your passion into a career and still love it when it's your career, when it's your job, then go all in, no plan B, just do it. Option number two, if you'd rather keep your passion for yourself, so not have to make it about other people, keep your passion for yourself as something that you'd rather not rely on as a career or to make your money, then do something else to make your money. And spend all your evenings and your weekends and your holidays, or possibly even take an early retirement if you're lucky, and then follow your passion. Our number three is probably a really common way to do it, is start off with a sensible career, and whatever you deem as sensible, that's in air quotes by the way, but start off with a sensible, a non-passion orientated career, and set up your passionate career as a side hustle and then see if it takes off. That's probably the most common way to do it. Have your career, follow your passion as a side hustle and see if it takes off. If it turns out to be something that you don't like or that you turned off, trying to monetize or trying to turn it into a career, then you can abandon it, try something else as a side hustle, or fully invest yourself in your, in air quotes again, your sensible career. If it does take off and it's making you more money than your day-to-day job, than your 9 to 5, if there's such a thing as 9 to 5, then again, you could go all in and you could make the transition and turn your passion fully 100% into your career and give your boss your notice. So that's probably the common way of doing it. If my kids show passion, I don't know whether you have kids or not, but if my kids show passion in a certain area, then I will definitely encourage and support them. But likewise, depending on what that area is, will determine the hardship and the frustration that they could potentially face. So depending on what they tell me, I will encourage them, I will support them. But depending on what they tell me is their actual passion that they're going to go after, will depend on how much I'm going to grimace and, have anxiety for them and worry about them, especially if it's certain careers that I know is going to be hard to make into a career, or one that I know they mightn't actually enjoy when it becomes a career. So, that's regarding my kids, but you should very much look at your own life as if you were the child of yourself. How would you expect your children? A lot of the time it's like, do as I say and not as I do. Would you follow your passion? Would you, would you teach your children through your head or through your heart, or would you try to get a balance of both? And whatever that is, that's what the way you should be living and balancing out your own life and your own striving and your own goals. So I don't know that I answered that question for you. Should you follow your passion? I don't know. You've got to the end of this episode and I haven't given you a clear-cut answer. You know, I probably did follow my passion for a fair degree, but then I also regret not being more focused on you know, the practicalities of life as well. So I don't think it matters if someone hasn't followed their passion. They're probably envious of those who have, and then the ones that have followed their passion were probably envious of the ones who, you know, had followed their mind a little bit more and maybe had more concentrated on setting themselves up first as opposed to following it. It's a hard one to know. I would love to know what position you're at. I would love to know what decision you're going to make, and I would love to know how you're going to handle it. Will you use one of those 3 options that I listed? Go for your passion, or go for something totally different and keep your passion as a hobby, or try to do both, have your career but also then set up your passion as a side career. I'd love to know which one are you going to do. Let me know. Message me anytime. Thank you for listening. I'm Roundhouse Rob, the Success Sensei. Life is a fight you can enjoy and win. Bowing out.
This has been the Success Sensei, fighting the winning fight. So add us, subscribe, like, and comment. Keep those hands up and keep moving forward.